Welcome Life Top 5. Food is where we get the nutrients to fuel our bodies. We create and preserve intimate social relationships by breaking bread, and we often heal different ailments through our diets. In the developed world, we have shopping centers filled with all types of foods, and we mostly partake without a thought about the history of what we're eating. But thousands of years ago, in some of the earliest civilizations on the planet, these basic foods were believed to be a sort of magic. At one time, they were worshipped and revered. Besides being used to heal specific physical and emotional conditions, certain foods were believed to bring loved ones back from the dead, protect people from evil, and more. 5 basic foods that were once believed to be magic. Number 5. Artichokes. Before we learned to dip these beauties in cheese sauce, artichokes were thought to have a variety of medicinal powers. We can find mention of artichokes as far back as Greek mythology. Kinara was a beautiful mortal girl whom Zeus came across during a trip to see his brother Poseidon. Zeus took her to Olympus and made her a goddess. Then, in typical Zeus fashion, he became enraged when Kinara sneaked home for a weekend visit with her mother. He threw her off Olympus and turned her into an artichoke. Fast forward to the 1st century Romans, and they believed that parts of the artichoke could help to cure baldness and even aid with the conception of boys. Artichokes were also rumored to be an aphrodisiac. This gossip was given a lot of steam when the French queen, Catherine de' Medici, was said to have consumed a great quantity of them. At this time, women were banned from eating artichokes due to their sexual power. Number 4. Apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, or so they say. The belief that apples can cure all diseases or at least keep you healthier has been around for centuries. In fact, it is a common thread connecting multiple cultures. But the apple is more than just a healer. It is a symbol that appears in folklore all the way back to Greek mythology. According to Irish folklore, heroes would eat apples to stay young and strong. In historical Chinese culture, the apple was given as a gift of peace. 6. The apple also represents love. The Balkans believed that when a woman accepted an apple from a man, she was engaged to him. In some Italian cultures, when a man was in love with a woman, he would present her with an apple to show and solidify his affection for her. Number 3. Corn. Today, corn is used for more than we even realize. Whether it is the buttery, fluffy movie snack or feed for countless types of livestock, corn is everywhere. To the Aztecs, corn, or maize, was more than just a food source. They believed that the growth and harvest process was synced with the cycle of life, birth, regeneration, and death. They even had 3 female deities of maize to represent each cycle, and they were worshipped and thanked heavily throughout the cycle of the crop. The deity Zillinon, representing the first or earliest crop of the summer, was worshipped with an elaborate festival. A young female slave was made to dress up as Zillinon during the 8 days leading up to the festival. Men and women would dance, and the people were fed maize-focused foods. On the last night of celebrations, the Zillinon impersonator was sacrificed as a way to show gratitude to Mother Earth for the life-sustaining crop and to ensure that the cycle of crops and life would keep coexisting harmoniously. Number 2. Figs. Figs appear as far back as the Bible and were considered to be highly spiritual. However, it isn't just this beautiful fruit itself that is used for spiritual and magical purposes. The Kikuyu women in Africa took the sap from fig trees and spread it on themselves to increase fertility. 9. But not every belief surrounding the fig is as wonderful and welcomed as fertility. In Bolivia, People thought that evil spirits stayed in the canopies of fig trees and that walking under a fig tree could cause grave illness. In Papua New Guinea, figs are feared because they are believed to be haunted by evil spirits that will be released when the fruit is opened. Number 1. Poppy seeds. Today, poppy seeds are famous in baked goods. Many are also aware of the relationship between poppy seeds and opium. But the magical history of the poppy seed predates what is common knowledge to us in the Western world. In ancient Greece, the poppy was representative of Hypnos, the god of sleep, and so it was thought to aid sleep. Hypnos was believed to bring about dreams of a prophetic nature while also soothing emotional trauma. While this sounds all warm and fuzzy, the poppy seed was also believed to be associated with Hades, representing an eternal sleep or death. In the Middle Ages, poppy cake was used by young women to determine the direction from which their one true love would come. A young woman would throw a piece of poppy cake out the door and have a dog fetch it. The direction from which the dog returned would be the same as that from which her true love would appear.